Coach, the third quarter had ebbs and flows. Denver took the lead early, but you were able to come back. How did you turn it around and just maintain the lead?
Yeah, I thought we came out and we started the quarter. We missed some shots. They got, I think they went up 8, and then we were missing some good shots. But once we got our defense going, I think that's what turned it. And our ball pressure, forcing turnovers, getting into the open floor, the play that OG made with Josh, it was a great hustle play, but that sort of got us going. And then we picked up the tempo. We were able to go off a live ball. And, I think we had 25 fast break points. And that was a turning point. So you got to win games different ways. I didn't like the rebounding in the first half, second half better. But our hustle really is what got us going. And those easy buckets, I think that got Jalen going into the open floor. OG was terrific throughout. And then I thought our bench gave us timely minutes to start the end of the third, start of the fourth. I thought Cam, Deuce, Precious was terrific with Cat in foul trouble. And we needed that. So we needed everyone and just find a way to win and keep building. And I love the unselfishness. I think 33 assists, guys making plays, Jalen, 15 assists. When you play like that, that gives your team like a really strong spirit and togetherness. And I thought we were really connected, and that's important to get those shots.
Can you talk about Purchase's defense on their, three-time MVP? He got trouble early, but you guys, a lot of people played the defense, but
and that's a tough challenge, and not only. And what he allows us to do is we can give different looks in the pick and roll. And I thought a big key was, obviously Jokic getting in early foul trouble. And I thought OG's aggressiveness to start the game was huge for us. Like the way he attacked the basket, and that changed the way they were subbing. And, they're a terrific team. And they put a lot of pressure on you at all times, and Murray's a tough cover, but Jokic is terrific, and then Russell Westbrook is ageless. He plays hard on every possession and puts then Porter got going a little bit in the third quarter, but they're a tough team. Their offense is phenomenal, and they hustle like crazy on defense too.
Jalen, I don't think scored in the fourth quarter, but 7 assists. Just seemed like he orchestrated everything.
Yeah, and I thought the third quarter was very aggressive, and we knew that they'd be more aggressive with trying to get the ball out of his hands. And I thought he didn't fight the game; he just hit the open man, and we got easy buckets off of that. And I thought Carlton had some timely baskets for us just off hustle in the fourth quarter. And that's what you do. Whatever the game calls for, just find a way to win. And the togetherness was, I thought we were connected on offense and defense, and I think that's huge for us.
What does it say about your best player when it's a 110-106 ball game, and then all of a sudden he's leading you in scoring, and he just dishes out a pass to Hart, and he found Bridges, and then he found Hart again, and that was the ball game.
Yeah, and credit to all of them, because when the defense is aggressive, everyone has to be in sync with each other to create the advantage, and we feel we'll get an advantage anytime you put 2 onto Jalen. If everyone gets to the right spots and we get the ball out quickly, and usually the second pass will get you a wide open shot. And I thought guys were very unselfish and just making the right play. And like I always say, the game tells you what to do. So if they put 2 on 1, hit the open man, let him trust making the pass. I thought OG had a number of timely shots for us, and that's big.
Tom, it seems like whenever another team goes on a run, you guys don't really get phased. Where does that come from, just to know that you can win?
Yeah, I think that, and again, there's still, it's a good win, and we don't want to get carried away with ourselves. We'll enjoy it, but there's things that we have to continue to improve upon. I think these are all good tests for us, because it tells us exactly where we are and what we have to work on to get better, and not to be satisfied, and always have the belief that we could do things better. And I think this team does. And we have a committed group that's willing to sacrifice for each other and play for each other. And when that happens, the good stuff comes from that.
The
cohesion and communication? Is there something else, like what do you?
No, I just, and again, and I've said this to you guys from the start, and there's been, like, I don't, and I look at it pretty closely because I usually watch it a second and third time. And, if I had your ability, I would just not watch it a second and third time. But, and I say that, for me, it's net rating, right? And so what are we scoring and what are we giving up? That tells you really how good your team is. And then I look at, okay, if we're, seventh, I think, in points allowed, and we're fifth in points scored. So it's a positive, it's a +7 net rating, right? And then I look at what are the points we're giving up in the paint? What are we giving up in defensive transition? What's our rebounding margin? I always say defend, rebound. Our rebound margin is top 5 in the league. So that's what I'm looking at, and I'm looking at, okay, we have some challenges like every team does. So it's defensive transition, it's building your shell, it's working together, it's communicating, the willingness to make a second and third effort, challenge a shot, finish with the rebound, and the rebounding's been there all year. So I think, collapsing on the ball and then getting out, if there's no recovery after you help, then it's no help at all. So you have to do both, and I think we're getting better at it. We've been good at limiting 3-point attempts, right? Would I like the percentage to be better? Yes. I think we can do it a lot better. So, but there's a lot of good things, and it doesn't mean we have it figured out. It means we have to continue to work. There's a long way to go, and we want to be playing our best at the end.
Tom, what is it about Jalen and the way he prepares and the way he plays that allows him to be so consistent?
Yeah, and I think that's the word, his consistency, and the way he prepared, you're never surprised at the way he plays because that's really the way he prepares. And he studies, he understands what's going to happen in the game, how he's going to be defended, how our team's going to be defended, and where we can create advantages. And he's never satisfied with his performance. He always believes he could do better. And to me, when I look at him as he's obviously a great player, but he's a great leader as well. It's because of the example that he sets with his work ethic. And he's not a rah-rah, there's a million of those guys that say all the right things and do none of them. He does the right thing. And he's not afraid. He's got courage. But he also has great humility, and I think that's what lifts people up. And I think he has the ability to unite people and inspire, and I think we're a reflection of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.